Hi, I'm Elliot Cohen, and I'm excited today to talk about my alternative controller project, Super Duper Salt Shaker Pro. In my game, you are at the last station in a restaurant, and it is your job to salt the dishes according to the customer's preferences. And so some customers only want a little bit of salt, some want a lot, and it's your job to make sure that their dishes are both evenly salted and salted to the right amount. And so for my alternative controller, I've made this little salt shaker that you use to put the salt on the food. You can already see this cord coming out the back. This is a micro USB cord that's going into my Arduino Nano right here. And deeper inside, behind this piece here, is a little piezo that I'm using as a buzzer. And then if I can, I'm going to try to put this back in. Now, the Arduino Nano has a built-in accelerometer, which I've chosen to use instead of a tilt switch, just so I wouldn't have to fit so many things into here. But if you were to make your own, you could use a tilt switch, and in my opinion, it would work as well, if not a little bit better. But anyway, so I use the accelerometer to actually detect the shaking motion, and then the buzzer inside is just to beep at you to give you an indication of when the next level is about, or when the next dish is about to start. Alright, so this is my game, Super Duper Salt Shaker Pro. It uses this awesome custom controller I built to look like a salt shaker, and we're going to jump right into it. Alright, so our first dish, pepperoni pizza, heavy salt. We're going to load this up with salt. Plenty of salt. We're going to try not to go over, because I'd rather undersalt the food than oversalt it. Now see, we didn't do so well on the evenness, but we did pretty good salting it. Next dish, chow mein, medium salt. As you can see, there's this meter that shows up in each quadrant that helps me know how much salt I'm putting on the dish. This one was really nice. Evenness, 97 cents, low, $1.47. $2.43 is a really nice tip. Alright, chow mein, heavy salt. Looks like everybody's pretty big on salt today. We're going to try not to oversalt it. Oh, went pretty far over there. Yeah, and you're going to suffer on the salted one. Didn't get so well on that one. Pepperoni pizza, medium salt. We're going to give it medium salt. Alright, pretty good. And then I'm going to give my tips for the whole thing. Pepperoni pizza, chow mein, and another pepperoni pizza, $8.90. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good tip. So one of the things that I'm most proud of when it came to the project is getting everything small enough that it's able to fit inside something that's not huge. I was really lucky that I already had an Arduino Nano, and so obviously the giant Arduino Uno would not have fit very well because this is this big and this is this big, and so that would have caused me some problems. But it was also a bit of a struggle to get the buzzer and the Arduino Nano situated in a way where it fit together and still closed. It was also a challenge designing this shaker in a way that I could shake it around a lot and it wouldn't dislodge everything. And so the way I overcame that is I have this little holder that I've designed, and the pins just stick out the bottom there, and I just put the Nano in through the top. I've duct taped the cord so that it stays in. I would not recommend doing that, but it is what I did. And then inside of here, I've made these little pieces that insert into the shaker. So there's this one that just sits between the buzzer and everything else to hold the buzzer down. And then there's this one that the buzzer goes inside. So it kind of sandwiches it like this. And you can see I've used hot glue to attach the cords to the leads of the buzzer. Again, I would not recommend these techniques if you would like these things to last a while, but it is what I did. And then all of these sit together. There's a little gap right here for this to fit in, and then they all fit into the body here, and then the bottom of it has a little hole for the cord to go through. And so that was how I was able to get it all in there and somewhat sturdy so that I could shake it around a lot and all of the components wouldn't be flying around everywhere and disconnecting constantly. if I were to give any advice to students doing this project next year or in the future, I would advise you to make use of your resources here at RIT. Obviously, I don't own a 3D printer because those are expensive, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on those because I'm a broke college student. But I was able to go to the shed where they'll just 3D print it for you. You just like submit the file online, and then the 3D printer starts printing it. It's really crazy, and it's also very, very cheap. Like this thing was like maybe $2 probably. And so my advice would be, don't let your ideas be restricted by the resources that you only have available like at home. And so that's my project, and that's all I have to say on it. And that's where I'm going to end this video.